Hello and welcome to another new episode of Learning Simplified. Today in this tutorial, we are practically going to wrap up the rest of the image classes used in UI Semantic language. Stay tuned. Now in this tutorial, we are about to discuss on the rest of the image classes used in UI Semantic. Let's head back to our text editor first, and here in the first case, as usual, we will be creating up a separate container regarding the process, and we will be creating our own grid, and here we will be creating a separate row. Inside this row, we will be creating a column. Now I will be rather using this row element for two more cases, so I'll be copying it twice. There it goes. In the first case, all we are going to do, we are about to center our image in the middle of a segment element. So that is why in the first case, we will be needing a vertical segment class. There it goes. And here, first of all, let's import an image. So here we will be importing an image first, and we may provide here an alt tag. This alt tag is practically used in case if your image is not loaded, then this alt tag will be seen in place. So that is why we are using this alt tag, and we are providing any kind of custom name right over here. So we have created this image class. There it goes. Let's create this class, and we are naming it as centered image. Now in the next case, we will be using a paragraph element here. There it goes. Remove the last image that we had used in our early tutorial. We are now preparing an image source along with some kind of text element within a vertical segment class. This is not vertical segment, actually this is UI vertical segment. So we have created it. Let's head back to our project and reload, and we can see that practically an image is now centered right at the middle of this vertical segment class that we had created. But I think we had missed something right over here. There it goes. Instead of segment, we had named it as schement or something like that. So we had misspelled this word here, this segment. We have practically misspelled this class. So if we now press Ctrl S and head back to our project and reload, we can see that this will be the obvious result. Now if we use this segment class here, then this is going to be the result. So we can see that practically we had created a segment class inside which we had imported an image source, and we had created all this paragraph element along with it, and the image is right now centered at the middle of this segment class. Now in the next case, we will be creating some kind of left and right floated image along with some text elements inside. So in this second phase, we will be first of all creating a segment class. Now inside this UI segment class, first of all, let's import this image. Let's copy it and paste it right over here in the first place. So we are using the same image here, and in this class, instead of this centered image, we will now be using this UI left floated image. There it goes. And in the next case, we will be using this paragraph element right over here. And on the other hand, we may specify the size of the image, such as, what should be the size? Small. So we are using this small class along with this left floated image. The intention is to put the image in the extreme left and to align the text elements in the right. Now in the similar fashion, first of all, let's copy this element and let's paste it once again. And instead of this left floated, we will be now using this right floated image. There it goes. So let's press Ctrl S and let's head back to our project and reload, and we can see that this will be the obvious result. The image is now floated in the extreme left position in the first case, while the text element is now floating right. On the other hand, where we had practically used this small right floated image, it is now floating at the extreme right, and the text element is now floating in this extreme left position. So both of these classes are practically working together. Now before we move on to this last element, the first thing that I would like to mention here, that instead of this default size of the image, we are practically free to use any kind of size right over here. So we may specify whether it will be small, or it will be large, or it will be medium. So we may specify any kind of class regarding the size of this individual image, and on the other hand, we may use some kind of special classes like that circular or that border image. All these classes can be used here. So along with it, I will be rather using another class which is known as circular. Press Ctrl S, head back to your project and reload, and you can see that a circular image is been created and the image is small in size. If we inspect this element, there it goes, we can see that the width is now 150 pixels, which is the standard width defined for any kind of small sized image in UI Semantic. Now in the last case, we need to use here these classes tiny images, and here we are now mentioning each and every class required and the source of the image. So we are practically importing an image and we are imposing some classes along with it. So in this particular case, we will now mention the size of the image. This is the test image 1.jpg, and here we are practically copying this image series thrice. This is the error that I am repeating over and over again. We need to mention this UI class at the beginning, and we are missing it every time. So this is the part where we need to remain cautious. We need to apply proper classes. So if we now head back there and if we now reload, we can see that this is practically the thumbnail preview that we can see right over here. So all the images are now of same size and they are gaining into a thumbnail preview. So these are some image classes which has been discussed into this tutorial. In the next tutorial, we will be discussing on the loader used in UI Semantic, and we'll see the various classes being used in this respect. So hope you guys have liked this tutorial. If you guys have liked this tutorial, then do not hesitate to hit that red subscribe button down below. Hope to see you guys in our next tutorial. Till then, bye.